Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I got a video today from Destro Reborn. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. Chow time.
Here it is. I'm 40 and I'm single. How are y'all doing this?
So I haven't ever done this before, but I am struggling. It has been 5 years since I've been divorced, and I just feel like I'm not connecting with anybody. I can't get a good date to last to save my life. What does it take to find a good guy? Like, I don't understand.
20 years ago.
Why it's so hard in your 40s to just find a good person, a decent person that you can connect with and build a life with.
Let me tell you why my skin's so thick, especially in this dating atmosphere. I have walked into a place and I was like, oh, hi, meeting him from online. He looks me in my face and was like, nah, I'm cool on that, and walks right past me.
Ruthless.
Damn. I'm sorry.
Listen, whoever that brother is, I must say that was a glorious dismount. He called the catfish audible like Tom Brady on the line of scrimmage. These post-war women will continue to complain until no one is listening. The dating...
That is part of our issue. Even if we as men get catfish, we still are going to entertain them more than half the time because we don't want to feel bad. We don't want them to feel bad and all these things. No, we got to be more stern on our boundaries and things like that, because if she's not the picture in the app or whatever it is, then she ain't the person. Catfish.
Dating apps removed this sense of urgency that nature gave women. Every year they looked up at the shot clock and laughed. But now reality's starting to set in that, hey, I do need a man. The hardest day is when women realize that men have stopped helping them because they no longer want sex from them. Can you imagine the impact that such an epiphany can have? This is when that sense of urgency resumes. But the only problem is...
I do admit, Vivica Fox, when I was younger, looked very good, especially when she was with 50 Cent. I thought she was a very gorgeous person. Now she looks... You guys see.
...is that they're 20 pounds heavier and 2 fatherless kids.
I don't need no man.
One of my friends is also a single mother. And last Friday she came over and we were like doing laundry and folding laundry and just...
And you know what? What you just did right there, that is exactly what mothers used to do together as a community when we all had kids and husbands. When they all had kids and husbands that actually took care of things, and before they went to work. No, you guys just hung out together all day, doing motherly things, sharing motherly things with each other.
Chatting and catching up. And we started talking about how there are certain things in our houses that are like falling apart. Like she was telling me issues that she's having at her house. And then we were doing like a facial at my house, and like my sink is like filling up because it doesn't drain properly.
Women.
And I was like, I think we need boyfriends. And...
See, it's not even I'm lonely, I want companionship. No, I need things done around the house. I need things fixed. Now I need a man.
We have to stop folding laundry on Friday nights. Like, we need to be going out. I was like, next time we get together, we're getting dressed up, we're getting out of this house.
I think the best example of that call to urgency happened to Vivica Fox. Her story will go down in history. Because listen, we're not talking about a regular woman. If you start calling out names like Holly Berry or, I don't know, Nia Long, it becomes one of those who's the best MC, Biggie Jay-Z.
Oh, Nia Long. I totally forgot about her.
Or Nas arguments. The bitter sisterhood will come to her aid. But according to them, if she was a man, she would be considered a predator.
Okay, in this picture, she looks a little crazy, but... You know.
But we'll get into that in a second. After hitting the wall like Miley Cyrus swinging on that wrecking ball, she goes and get herself the coveted BBL in hopes of revitalizing those old worn-out cakes and finding herself another man 20 to 30 years younger than her. What a pitiful fall from grace.
Listening, we don't judge.
There we go.
That's right. We listen and we
We
don't
judge.
judge.
We don't
We
judge.
judge.
That's the problem. These 60-year-old is out here still trying to compete.
Yes. Because you don't want to age out the game,
Go
my
to
nigga.
bed.
No, they don't want to age out the game.
You've aged out the game.
Not as long as Dr. Such and Such is still in business.
You've aged out the game. You've aged out, yo. Go to bed. You
That's
don't
a
have to
whole-
compete at
it's a
60 years
whole
old.
crop
You've been
of-
FICO and nuts.
Bro, it's a whole crop of 20-plus-year-olds that
It's not
heard
hate.
about you, looking
At 60
you, had
years
pictures
old,
of
you're
you.
going to go compete with the 25-year-old girl?
Exactly. And yes, Joe Buttons is talking about Vivica Fox. The first thing these old, strong, independent women do is go work on their body. Why don't they ever work on their personality?
Correct.
Vivica Fox never had trouble getting a man. The issue was she couldn't keep them. Think about it. Vivica Fox is famous because of her well-known resting bitch face. I mean, come on, she literally does it in every movie. My point is that she's the same mean chick with a bigger
Hey, that's true. I'm known for that too.
booty and more stretch marks. After these men have had their fun with her and got a few pictures with her on the red carpet and TMZ, they all discard her.
I don't think the 6-year-old is competing with a 25-year-old girl.
Come on, really?
Lies.
I don't think that in her mind she's competing with a 25-year-old girl.
Mel is purposely trying to trigger me this episode.
Now here, Melissa Ford is going to try to protect Vivica by focusing on a frivolous point. Instead of focusing on Joe's bigger point, which is that older women are trying to compete with younger women, she's going to focus her straw woman's argument on the exact age Joe picked, which is 25. Not 26, 27, 28, 35, but 25. Melissa Ford, who was basically Vivica Fox Part 2, cannot dispute or refute Joe's point, so she will resort to misdirection.
Why do you think that she's why do you choose that age? Why do you think that a 60-year-old hones in on 25-year-olds and saying, I'm in direct competition with you? Why do you
Because those are the women that most men, that women desire, want.
think that?
Vivica Fox, for the last 3 decades, have been trying to lock in on way younger men. Yes, we all know about 50 Cent, who was like a decade younger than her, when he smashed her for fun. But do you remember when she was dating Robert Richard, who was like 20 years younger than her? Or when she was dating, I think she was actually engaged to the club promoter, Omar Slim White. Now don't quote me on that. But she has a track record of lusting younger men. And hey, there's no issue with that. But the sisterhood usually calls that behavior predatory when a man is the elder. But you see how that works.
That is because that's fear.
One.
Yes, this is Angry Black Woman 101. When your argument fails, find a way to get offended and insult your opposition. Of course, you get bonus points if you call them weird, creepy, or sassy. Well,
Gay is one of them.
played Melissa.
Because the 60-year-olds are not the demo that made BBLs famous and popular.
Ding, 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 ding. Exactly. In Vivica Fox's prime years, only a select group of men appreciated a small waist and an oversized fatty. They mostly came from Africa, the Caribbean, and probably down south. I know somebody in the comment section is about to go Twitter fingers on me right now. No, but for real, go look at the old Rum Shaker video and point out one BBL. Just one. The irony of this conversation is most would agree that it was Melissa Ford and her surgically enhanced Vixen squad of the 2000s that actually brought that look to the mass market. Yes, they didn't have BBLs yet, but they did wonders with syringes and silicone. In some cases, tire flat fix. My point is that BBLs is meant for a younger generation, not for 60-year-old wealthy men. So one can reasonably assume that her target base are younger men. But Melissa Ford is not ready to have that conversation because such talk would seal her fate.
2, because the 60-year-olds are going after the same men that 25-year-olds are going after.
Correct.
Unsuccessfully, I might add, because most men in their 60s that have money and options are not picking a woman of the same age, even for recreational purposes. Not ever in history did a 60-year-old man fly to Thailand to sleep with a 60-year-old woman. That's blasphemous.
True.
That puts you
I can't argue that one, Destro.
in direct competition with 25-year-olds.
I think that that's an assumption on your part.
Wait, which part?
that they're going for the same men that 25-year-olds are going for. I think that's an
Mel,
assumption.
we have proof
We
that they're
see
going
it.
after the same men. That's not me assuming.
Okay.
We have proof of that.
Okay,
Shit,
so
Bill Belichick got a 20-something.
They all are going after the 25-year-old.
that's gross, by the way.
But it's happening.
It's funny that it's not gross when Vivica Fox was sleeping with men 20 years younger than her.
Well, hold on. So,
How old is Madonna's boyfriend?
like,
Shares.
Cher's boyfriend's like 36.
Madonna's boyfriend is younger than that.
Yeah, it's like
there's-
28 or something like
There's plenty
that.
of points that say they're in competition with the 25-year-old female.
But that's not to say that the average.
But once again, these shaming tactics are ineffective nowadays.
Hell no.
You can't shame us into leaving
Hell no.
young, sweet, and legal tenderloin.
We know better.
The old construction paper crotch. It's just not gonna happen.
Big girl.
And Melissa Ford, one of the top vixens, is next on the chopping block. But I ask you a bigger question. If top-tier women like Melissa Ford and Vivica Fox failed at beating the unforgivable wall of no return, what will be the result for these average women?
Cats. That's all I can think of is just cats and broke loneliness.
But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blast.
Like, it's so stupid that they would argue, well, you're not competing with younger women. Then why are you getting your body done? Why are you getting your body to look younger? It's obvious that you're trying to attract a certain demographic of men, and yes, that certain demographic of men are also looking at the 25-year-olds. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And I can